I was at a park with my child when a man came over and slapped me. My son always was quiet in the gentle sun and warm breeze. It allowed me a moment to catch my breath from daily life. Especially today, it has been nothing but hectic with work and Paul teething all night long. In this moment of peace, I was relaxing until someone came into view. A man started marching over to us. The man seemed to recognize me, but it took me a moment to recognize him. Kent, my ex-boyfriend of 5 years, was quickly approaching as I froze on the bench. He crossed the distance too quickly for me to take Paul and run. All that flashed through my mind was to protect Paul from his biological father, no matter the cost. You conniving little, can't you see there are young ears present? I snapped harshly at Kent, keeping my voice level. What are you even doing here? I continued as my panic slowly started to rise. My hands shook as I continued rocking the stroller. You always go to a park to unwind, Carol. It's not that hard to figure out when you keep the same dang routine, Kent states, standing above me like the looming shadow he has always been. He had stalked me for a little over a year to find me. The thought left me with dread and a pit in my stomach. Leave us alone. I didn't need nor wish to be with this man that would emotionally abuse me. Not after years of abuse and putting up with it. Paul didn't need to grow up in or around it either. I also couldn't be the mother to my son if I had stayed with Kent. I didn't need Paul to be a witness to any type of abuse either. No matter how young he was, currently I wouldn't let a child of mine grow up in such an environment, period. You thought that I wouldn't find out? Kent snarls in disgust at Paul and me, spit flying everywhere. I would protect us, no matter the cost. I thought, watching Kent like a hawk. Paul is not your son. I would lie if it meant protecting Paul. Kent leans more into my space, so much so that it made me flinch backwards, hitting the bench I am sitting on. You had my baby without permission. My anger pooled into my stomach at Kent's words. Paul was my son and had nothing with Kent. Kent in my mind at this point was just a donor. It is my body and my choice. Plus, he is not yours, Paul. I try to stay calm at the confrontation. My eyes constantly scan the area and assess if anyone could help Paul and I didn't see anyone. Fear was hard in my gut, but I tried my hardest to make sure Kent couldn't see it. He obviously has my eyes, ears, and facial structure. Kent snarls as he leans even closer. I should have carved him out of your belly myself. My spine straightens even more as my tone drops low into a tone that warns of danger. You leave Paul out of this or so help me. Kent lets out a wicked laugh. Or what? You're going to run away like the first time? Like the scared, pathetic woman you are? My mind remembered when Kent had fallen asleep after throwing a burning pot at my head. I grabbed my bag that was already prepared and ran to the nearest Greyhound bus. I had skipped town and didn't look back. You will never hurt me nor my son ever. Is that understood? Kent's breath smelled of alcohol as he laughed out at me. I'm going to hurt my son now. Kent flicked out a knife. I didn't think. I acted. I jumped onto him as my arm pushed the knife away from me as he slapped me with his other hand. Blood drips down my arm as the knife slashes my arm and my head snaps sideways. I fought for my child, not myself. I dug my thumbs into Kent's eyes as hard as I could. He lets out a scream of pain as he throws me away from him. My head hits the cement with a crack. I sway back onto my feet as I place myself between Kent and Paul. The next second, women of all backgrounds came running towards us. I rush forward before snapping Kent's wrist as he drops the knife. The women all start beating Kent black and blue. Everything and anything became a weapon to protect little Paul from this monster, while the men that have finally shown up were videotaping it all. Minutes pass as I say, holding the stroller with Paul in it. I stayed upright with the handle. Everything was blurry. I could still make out the viciousness of the attack against Kent minutes later, after Kent stopped moving as the women slowed down, as a bystander finally called 911. I am breathing heavily, as a spit bled from my mouth on his still form, as a bloody smile came onto my face. You will never hurt your son. The next moment in the quietness roared sirens as all of us stood as one together.